Hi, good morning. I thought I'd go to the shed and bring out a few German Luftwaffe Battle of Britain aircraft and three very sought after ones, in fact. So we've got the HE11, the Heinkel 111 now. We've got the Dornier 17Z, and of course the wonderful Corgi ME110, which is in quite a sought after mould. I think with all Luftwaffe aircraft and Corgi, they're well worth getting as an investment because they never seem to depreciate. They tend to go up quite considerably in price. I mean, this one here, the HE11, is really sought after. It's a lovely scheme with the yellow spinners in there from the Legion Condor, based in Lille, Nord, France, in the summer of 1940. As you know, the HE11 was designed after the Treaty of Versailles, well, in contradiction to the Treaty of Versailles. And it was disguised as a transport aircraft, but in fact it was obviously a medium bomber. So it first flew in February 1935 and sort of was blooded in the Spanish Civil War when the Germans supported Franco, and was obviously part of the atrocities of Guernica in terms of when it was absolutely flattened, sort of as a prelude really to the sort of blitzkrieg tactics in Poland and the lower countries in 1939 and 1940. It was the most mass-produced German bomber of World War II, and was produced up to 1944, and it was the mainstay of the Battle of Britain. I'm sure you've seen those who've seen the Battle of Britain film. It was the only bomber used in that, but it was actually Spanish Air Force Casa aircraft, which were sort of the bombers which were made under contract in Spain, similar to the Bouchons, which we see at Flying Legends this weekend, which was basically an ME-109 with a Merlin engine up front. I think it originally had a Hispano-Suiza engine, but was really successful with the Merlin engine up front. And like I said, we'll see four of these together flying as a schwarm at Duxford Flying Legends this weekend, which I'm really excited to go to. So yeah, that's the HE111. Really nice mould of aircraft. I think the good thing with the Corgi HE111 as well is the undercarriage and the doors all come as one fitting. So rather, I'll show you in a minute when I get to the ME110 and the Dornier, they're quite fiddly to get those gear doors in, and to come as one fitting, it's sort of, it's really robust on its undercarriage, as you can see. It's not going to go anywhere, but yeah, really popular model. I mean, these go for about 150 quid now on eBay, so well worth getting if you see them dirt cheap. But you can get some of the the more standard HE11s, like the Hindenburg model with the white bar along the wing and red spinners. You can get them for sort of 30-40 quid, maybe even a little cheaper if you're a little bit lucky. So well worth getting if you get a chance. But again, a really good mould that's not going to go anywhere. So the second aircraft, of course, is the Dornier. Again, this is was produced in 2008 for the 68th anniversary of the Battle of Britain. All three of these aircraft, in fact, come from that. This again was known as the Flying Pencil, so really thin fuselage, as you can see. It was designed in the early 1930s in response to a Lufthansa requirement for a mail plane, of all things, to carry mail across Germany, and it was rejected on the principle that the fuselage was way too slim. So the German Luftwaffe saw a little bit of potential in this aircraft and ordered it to be used as a medium bomber and long-range reconnaissance aircraft. So again, very similar to the Heinkel. It was blooded in the Spanish Civil War back in 1937. And it gained its experience, fighting alongside the Spanish and learning, daylight bombing tactics, which were obviously implemented during the Polish campaign, the Low Countries, France, and of course the Battle of Britain. And it was a relatively successful aircraft. In terms of, if you have a look, it also has the little white bar there on the wing. This one actually just basically denotes it's an aircraft of one Staffel. It was built, so it was based in Beauvais-Til, North France, again in September 1940, so just before Operation Sea Lion was really called off, as you know, after the Battle of Britain, which is known as Battle of Britain Day in September the 15th. It was called off shortly after that as the Germans failed to get air superiority, and thankfully, as as history tells us, they, Hitler made a decision then to turn on to Russia, which ultimately probably cost him the war. So, now again, very interesting aircraft. I mean, if you can get one of these, again, they don't really appreciate in value. There's a Dornier night fighter coming out. It isn't a 17, it's a later model one. I think it's a 335 off the top of my head. Again, well worth getting. The night fighter series really do keep their money. And it's a beautiful looking aircraft, all in black, very menacing looking. So well worth ordering if you haven't already ordered. Certainly I'll be looking at that going forward. So anyhow, the final one is this lovely ME110, and again, what a great mould this is. One of those moulds that Corgi have just absolutely nailed. I mean, I've just recently got the Black Night Fighter, which is fantastic. Really great looking aircraft. This one's a famous fighter ace, one who actually survived the war, so Joachim Jabs, hopefully I've said that in the right way. And this is his aircraft, which was based in France in the summer of 1940 with the shark mouth on the front there. Lovely looking colour scheme. Again, it ties in beautifully with the Heinkel, absolutely. You can tell they produced it at the same time and used exactly the same colours. Slightly different variation on the Dornier, as you can see. It's not so yellowy, the green colour. I don't know whether that's accurate or not. I need a history buff to be able to tell you. But yeah, lovely looking aircraft. Really fiddly undercarriage area. Again, a nice solid undercarriage, but the doors are a real pain in the bum, and we've got to be really careful not to snap the pins on them, because you can cause some damage. So actually, when I got this aircraft, it was in the undercarriage configuration, and trying to pull one out, I left a couple of the pins in and snapped off of the upcarriage. I mean, you're still going fine, but it was a bit tricky getting them back out so we can get the gear doors in. But a little bit about Joachim Jabs. So he lived through the entire war and died in 2003. He had 50 aerial victories. So during the Battle of France, he shot down 4 French aircraft and a Hurricane. And then considering how poor really the ME110 was in the Battle of Britain, he shot down 8 Spitfires and 4 Hurricanes. So finished that entire campaign with 16 kills. Something, quite phenomenal, considering really that the ME110 was really outclassed by the Spits and Hurricanes over Britain during 1940. So he went to serve through heavy ME110s for the rest of his career, and night fighters, and a really successful campaign. So and that's it from me, and I'll see you soon. Thanks a lot.